Creating and printing custom letters at a Lot Wizard. First, let's go over to tab number 6, Document Printing on the top. You notice on the left here we have Edit, Create Custom Letters, and Print Custom Letters. Click on Print Custom Letters. You'll see that we have two sample ones in here. You can view these later by highlighting the one you want to see and clicking OK. But for right now, we're going to cancel this. We're going to create a custom letter on Deferred Down. I want to see a letter that makes sure the customer knows they have a deferred down, when it's due, and I want them to sign it at the bottom. Now, to make it easy when you're creating a custom letter, is find a customer that you would print this for. So I want to find a customer that has deferred down. This way, as we're creating it, when we preview it, it'll fill in the blanks. So I'm going to go find a customer with deferred down. I'm going to go to the far right, come down to Deal History. And I know this customer has deferred down, so I'm going to open it. And they do. They have $200 in deferred down. And it's scheduled to be paid on May 10th, 2010. So I'm going to cancel it all out of here. And the customer's name is Johnny Vermont. Now go back to Document Printing, tab number 6. And we're going to go down to Edit, Create Custom Letters. Go ahead and click on that. And your letter writer window will open. Now let's start creating the report. If you notice the cursor's flashing in the top left in the letter, wherever the cursor's flashing, that's where the field's going to be added if you go to add one. I want to put today's date at the very top, so I'm going to keep the cursor flashing there. Come over to the right to data fields. I'm going to go down and select today's date. I can highlight a field and hit the letter T on my keyboard, or it'll take me down to the first T. Then I just need to scroll down and find today's date and double click on it. And you'll notice it puts today's date in the top there. Now I'm going to hit the Enter key and come down a few lines. And I want to get the person's name, street, and address here. So I'm going to go over to the right to the data fields. I'm looking for full name. So I can highlight a field and click the letter F on my keyboard. Take me down to the F's. And I'm looking for full name. Double click full name. And it puts it in. Now I need to move down a line, so I hit the Enter key on my keyboard, and I'm down one line. Now I want to put their street there, so I can come over to the data fields, hit the letter S, then I need to scroll down and find street, double click street, and it should put it in. Then I can come down one more line by hitting the Enter key. And I want to put their city, state, zip below there. So I can come over to the right, highlight a field, hit the letter C, find city, state, zip, go ahead and double click on it, and it puts city, state, zip in there. Now I'm going to tab down a few more lines, and then go ahead and tab in, and I'm going to start typing my letter I, and then I'm going to put a space, and I want the customer's name there. So I'm going to come back to the far right, highlight a field and click F, and then I need to find full name again. And once I find it, double click it, and you notice it puts it in. Now I need to put a space there. And I'm going to start typing, promise to pay a sum of, and now I want to put the sum in here of what they owe for deferred down. I'm going to put a $sign in front of there, and it's flashing right after the $sign. Now I need to go to the far right, and I need to scroll up to the D's and find deferred balance, what they owe. Double click it, and you notice it'll put it in. I want to put a space after there, and they're going to owe the deferred balance to Joe's Auto Sales. By a certain date. So deferred payment due is what I'm going to be looking for. I make sure I want to put a space after by. So I made sure there was a space, and now deferred balance due, deferred payment due on the far right. Double click that, and then I'm going to end it there, and we're going to go up to the preview button and click on the preview button at the top to see how it looks. And here's what it looks like. You'll notice it's pulling out the customer's information, and everything looks good in the sentence. I put spaces in between the writing and the fields. I may want to bring it down just a little because I'm going to be printing on letterhead. So I think I'll bring it down about 3 spaces when I get back in. So let's go ahead and close out the preview. Come up to today's date, click right before there, and I'm going to bring it down about 3 spaces. And then I can come down here and continue typing. I'm going to put a space there, and instead of typing this all out, I have copied it on a clipboard on my computer, so I'm just going to paste it in. So there's the rest of my letter. Now I made some of it bold just to show you. Once you type a word, you can highlight it and come up top and select bold up top. And these are just lines, and then I tab down a line and put buyer signature and dealer signature. So for the collateral, I put year, make, model, and VIN. Let's see what the letter looks like. Go up to the preview button, click on preview, and if we look at the letter, we have a deferred down payment letter, and it has a customer's name and a signature at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and close this preview out, and I'm going to save this custom letter. Up top here you can click save. It'll ask you for a name. I'm going to go ahead and type in deferred letter and click OK. Then I can close the letter writer window out. Now whenever you want to print a letter for deferred down, you can come down to the left here under document printing, tab number 6, and click print custom letter. And you'll see your deferred letter in there. You can highlight it, click OK, and it'll bring up your letter. Now if you have any other customers with deferred down, go to the far right. I'm going to choose John Smith here, and John Smith is the name. They owe $100, and it's due on April 30th. So now I can come back to tab number 6, document printing, and since I have John Smith as a customer, I can come down print custom letter, deferred letter, click OK, and it should pull up John Smith's information, which it does. You'll notice it puts John Smith's name and the car that he purchased. So we can go ahead and end to print this. You can click print up at the very top. If you have more than one page, it'll let you know right here, and you can click the arrow to the right to go to the very next page. And if you need to magnify it, right here is a little magnification icon. So go ahead and close the preview window out. And that is how you create a custom letter in Lot Wizard.